Turkey is a country of more than 87 million people. It's located between Europe and Asia. But the real question is this: how you can enter the Turkish market legally and safely without making expensive mistakes. I'm a Turkish lawyer and managing director of Turkish Trade Lawyers. In this video, I will explain the exact steps you need to know before entering the Turkish market. So, why does Turkey attract foreign companies? Part of the answer is trade. Turkey has a customs union with the European Union, mainly for industrial goods. Another reason is the market. The population is young and open to technology. Cost is another factor. Labor costs are lower than in many Western European countries. Geography also matters. Turkey is a logistics hub connecting Europe, the Middle East, and Central Asia. But here is the key point. Turkey has its own legal and tax system. What works in European Union doesn't automatically work here. That is why legal planning matters from day one. The first legal decision is how you want to operate in Turkey. There are 4 common models. The first option is direct export. You sell goods or services from abroad and Turkish customers purchase from you. This model doesn't automatically mean that you have no legal or tax exposure in Turkey. Depending on the transaction, customs rules, VAT obligations or withholding tax issues may arise. You also do not have a local commercial presence. The second option is working with a distributor or agent in Turkey. You work with a Turkish company that sells or promotes your products or services. This can reduce your operational burden. However, you depend on your partner's performance and must carefully regulate the relationship by contract. Incorrectly drafted agreements can create serious legal and tax risks. The third option is opening a liaison office. A liaison office is strictly limited by law. It can only perform activities such as market research, promotion, and coordination. It cannot sell, it cannot issue invoices, and it cannot generate any income in Turkey. All expenses must be covered from abroad in foreign currency. Violating these rules can lead to closure and administrative penalties. The fourth option is establishing a Turkish company. You establish a company under Turkish law. This provides the highest level of control and flexibility. You become a local legal entity in Turkey and operate under Turkish commercial and tax law. For long-term and active operations, this is usually the most stable option. If you establish a company, 2 corporate forms are commonly used. The first one is a limited company, in Turkish limited şirketi. It's similar to a GmbH in Germany. The minimum capital is 50,000 Turkish lira. This is still a reasonable amount compared to many European countries. A limited company can have 1 to 50 shareholders. It has a simple structure and is suitable for most small and medium-sized businesses. The second option is a joint stock company, in Turkish anonim şirket. This structure is more formal. The minimum capital is 250,000 Turkish lira. It is usually required for certain industries that need special approval or if you plan to go public in the future. For most foreign companies coming to Turkey, a limited company is enough. And if everything is prepared correctly, your company registration can be completed within 3 to 5 business days. But mistakes at this stage can cause serious problems later. There are several requirements you must handle correctly from the beginning. First, you had a registered address in Turkey. This must be a real address. For operating companies, virtual offices are usually not sufficient. Second, foreign shareholders must obtain a Turkish tax number. This is mandatory and takes a few days. Third, you should have a local representative. This is not legally required for a limited company, but in practice, it is very important. Someone must sign documents and communicate with Turkish authorities. And fourth, capital contribution rules must be followed. Finally, the company must be registered with the trade registry and the tax office. This process is handled through the central system called MERSIS. If any of these steps are missed or done incorrectly, the company may face delays, penalties, or legal risks. Some sectors require special permits in Turkey. For example, healthcare and medical device companies need approval from the Ministry of Health, or food-related businesses need operating licenses from local authorities, or construction companies may need contractor certificates, or fintech and payment services require approval from banking regulators. And you should never assume that European licenses are automatically valid in Turkey. Always check licensing requirements before starting your operations. Before we finish, I want to share the most common mistakes foreign companies make. The first mistake is trusting the wrong local partner. Always verify who you are working with before signing any agreement. The second mistake is underestimating bureaucracy. Turkey has administrative procedures and you must plan time and resources for them. The third mistake is ignoring tax planning. Issues such as VAT, withholding tax, and transfer pricing can seriously affect your business. These problems are not impossible to fix, but they're much more expensive later. This is the general roadmap for entering the Turkish market. In the next video, I will explain how to verify a Turkish business partner before signing any agreement. Thank you for watching and welcome to Turkey.